Hey guys, how's it going? Today I'm going to bring you on a quick tour of the front porch garden. I recently planted it in spring. There was nothing here. I've got my snapdragons and larkspur blooming. Looks beautiful. I've already started making arrangements with them, and I've got the zinnias just started, and there's a couple other goodies in here that you've got to see. So before it gets really hot out here, I want to bring you on a quick tour of the front porch garden. Not much is going on this side of the garden. Plus I've got a resident bunny who's like mowing down all my zinnias and some of my sunflowers, but we'll save that discussion for another day. But I do want to show you all my seed starts because I planted larkspur and snapdragons all along here. So I wasn't really sure what critters were here because we just moved in a couple of months ago. So what I did was I planted seedlings like in every garden, hoping that they would survive somewhere. And luckily I did that because the bunny mowed down all of my larkspur in the cottage garden, my new cottage garden, but he didn't do it up here. So I have larkspur up here for cutting. I'll pop the varieties on the screen because I don't know them offhand. I think this is smoky eyes though. And then I've got just a bunch of beautiful snapdragons. Aren't they gorgeous? They're doing really well. I'm gonna actually cut all these, so I wanted to show you them before I cut them because they look so pretty right now. I know I've got keys larkspur, blue larkspur. I don't know, I gotta look it up. But I've got the pink, I've got the purple, really beautiful, really easy to grow. Some of these I sowed using the winter sowing method. So I actually sowed the seeds outdoors in containers. Got a blog on it, I'll link it in the description. But most of them I just did indoors in my sunroom. So, and then over here, I've got along here, this is a Super Wave Petunia Latte. I wish I planted more, and I'm actually gonna take notes for next year because I just wanna make a nice row of Super Waves all along the front. They're doing really well, they look really pretty. I just wish I had more. Over here, we've got Nepeta Cat's Meow. It's a little low grower. I wanted to keep the plants low here, so I went with perennials that were roughly, 24 inches tall or smaller, give or take, because when we're sitting over on the front porch, I wanted to be able to see out into the yard. I'm really glad I did that because I love the way it looks. And I do want to plant peonies, I think, along the back. So for this year only, I planted some zinnias over there instead, just because I had space to fill in, and I didn't want to purchase any more plants when I had all of these seed starts. So anyway, back to the plants that are in this garden. I've got Salvia May Night, which actually I need to cut back again. I did start cutting it back before. And it should get a second bloom. Looks like I have a couple of buds on there, but yeah, Salvia May Night, easy to grow, loves full sun. The deer tend to leave them alone. The rabbits have been leaving them alone. I haven't had a problem with groundhogs with them either. So it's a good plant if you have an issue with critters. I've also got this beautiful yarrow. I did not grow yarrow in my other garden, and boy was I missing out. I had always wanted to plant it and just never got around to it because I just kind of kept dividing what I already had and just never bothered to buy it to put in, but I was really missing out. Look at how beautiful it is. I love that lacy foliage and the lacy blooms. See, the heads are just beautiful, aren't they? And then I've got this gorgeous echinacea. I'll have to pop the variety on the screen. Bees are loving it right now. Look at how many there are. I love that color and thought it looked so pretty with that yarrow. Now, when I bought these, obviously they weren't blooming. I was just looking at the plant tag, but I love the color variation. Looks really pretty. But what I really want to show you is this coreopsis. How pretty is that color? This is cream caramel. And it's a really great alternative to Moonbeam coreopsis. It's got like a peachy hue to it. Here, I'll bring you over to this one because this one still has better blooms on them. It's got like a peachy hue to it. Really pretty. Again, animals haven't been bothering it. The animals haven't been bothering it, so you know, they're doing great. And then I've got my zinnias over here. Look at this. The bees are just really happy on all these plants. As you can see, in addition to the bees, the Japanese beetles have also arrived, hence my defoliating foliage. I mean, at my old house, I changed the lawn over to tall fescue and also did some milky spore for long-term management. That definitely helped. I'm sure they didn't do that here. There's a lot of acreage. So I'm gonna have to start doing that at least in the front yard gardens so I can save some of these plants. And so far so good. I'm really happy with how this garden is turning out. I'm sure I'm gonna make some tweaks to it, but I do really love that border of snapdragons and larkspur. It looks so pretty, right? Now let's chat about my sunflowers. I planted sunflowers all at every post. Bunny 8, 8, 8. Left this one alone, left this one alone, 8. And then I had some along the back behind this false indigo, Baptisia, and gone. So at least I have 2, and it's left this alone. But I did also plant a bunch of, I've got Sedum Autumn Joy in here. I put some more Super Wave Latte petunias. I had all kinds of plants here for my zinnias. I planted a bunch of different varieties up here, and wouldn't you know, the bunny mowed them down. So I do have 2 that are still going. You know, just because he mowed them down doesn't mean they won't come back, but he keeps coming back to snack, so chances are these are not going to survive. Luckily, I did plant most of these varieties down by the potager garden, so and they're actually blooming and doing well, so all is not lost. Again, like I said earlier, I really kind of needed to test things out because I really didn't know what would do well where.
And that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Stacy from Bricks and Blooms. I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy a beautiful day.